2 years back, the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Seems like a long time ago. Do you remember what they promised? Opportunities for women, amnesty for government officials, safety for minorities. They said it was a new and improved Taliban. If you don't remember, here's a quick flashback.
Our sisters and mothers will be given all the rights that God has given them. Women are part of society. Women will work in various fields of the country while living under Sharia. Women will work in education, health and other fields and will play an active role.
That was the 17th of August 2021. 2 days later, Kabul fell. The Taliban said exactly what the international community wanted to hear. Women will work. Women will play an active role. 2 years later, this is what's left of that promise. Look at this report. Taliban officials are sending women to prison. Why? In order to protect them from gender-based violence. At least that's what Taliban officials are claiming. But their claim seems nothing but hogwash. We'll discuss that in just a bit. First, let's tell you what the Taliban is doing. The report says Afghan women who have no male relatives to stay with, or if their male relatives are considered unsafe, are being shifted to a prison to protect them. This is similar to how drug addicts and homeless people are housed in the capital. The UN says this policy amounts to arbitrary deprivation of liberty. By all means, it does. You see, confining women who are already vulnerable, that too in a punitive environment, does not sound like a solution. If anything, it will only have a negative impact on their mental and physical health, not to mention, it puts them at the risk of re-victimization, discrimination, stigmatization upon release. I mean, why can't the Taliban make Afghanistan safe for women in the first place? Why do they need to take such draconian measures to control the lives of women? Why can't they act against offenders instead? Keep them off the streets. My point is simple. It seems the Taliban never changed. They sweet-talk the world and the world looked the other way. Let me show you their track record in the last 2 years. No high school for girls, not a single woman in the government, no freedom for work, mandatory hijab for female journalists, no freedom of movement. The whole world is moving forward to a new year, but not Afghan women. For them, the clock is turning back to the 1990s. Let me take you through some of the Taliban's most bizarre diktats. 1. Women cannot travel long distances alone. What exactly is long distance? Anything above 72 kilometers. If Afghan women want to travel more than 72 kilometers, they must take a male relative along. Look at this headline. Women in Afghanistan have been barred from gyms. Why? Because the Taliban says the hijab is compromised at the gyms. That's not all. Today, Afghanistan is the only country in the world where girls are banned from middle school. This ban has forced parents to marry off young girls. They say it's better the girls are married off than sit idle at home without a future. It doesn't end there. The so-called Ministry for Propagation of Virtue and Prevention of Vice is now in an overdrive. It is responsible for enforcing the Taliban's morality laws. Here are the laws it has introduced in recent months. To start with, pharmacies have been ordered to not sell contraceptives. Female-run businesses have been prohibited in many areas of the country. A strict dress code has been imposed, which involves wearing a burqa. They're barred from working at UN and non-governmental organizations, NGOs. And most recently, women's beauty salons have been shut. The bottom line is this: the Taliban are systematically dismantling all liberties for women, and unfortunately, the world is turning a blind eye to this. Because clearly, it has moved on from Afghanistan. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.